Prenup, everybody everywhere. Prenup. Hannah, sign your name right there. Stay tuned as we discuss episodes 1 through 3 on Love is Blind, Season 7. All right, welcome to another episode of Haire. I will be doing 2 parts, so episodes 1 through 3, and then a second part, episodes 3 through 6, that are available for Love is Blind. We are in Washington, D.C. How come I didn't come down to Florida? Milton's on his way. But I really don't understand why they're still making the show. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's good for content, it's good for views, but I'm truly in awe. Like, whenever I want to give up on life, I just think Love is Blind keeps making seasons, and they're happy about it. Okay, so we're gonna get right into episode 1. For 7 minutes, gonna be episode 1. I noticed the age range is between 29 and 36. Applause. Finally, people who actually should be getting married. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I couldn't imagine being 24 and was like, oh my God, I'm so ready to find my person. No, I was ready to find a toilet. I drank a lot. I almost drunk a lot. Anyways, let's introduce ourselves into the couples. Okay, so we have the first one, I'm gonna say couples, but the first like matches. So we have Ashley A and Tyler. Basically Ashley A wants to get married because her parents are divorced, and then Tyler is, they said he has I want to make sure I got this right. The mom is Serbian, but she was punished for being in an interrelationship. Basically Tyler is mixed. Okay, so I feel like they have a decent connection. I'm always nervous on shows like this when people start opening up too soon, but I also got to realize that this is also edits. But that's their couple. And then we're going to introduce Hannah. Hannah has 2 matches already. She's very much fun. She's the youngest of the group. She's the youngest of the litter. She's 26 years old. She's only here for tall men. That's what she said in her description. Go to A. I'm just saying what Love is Blind said, but she's here for that. She quit her job for this. Let me tell y'all something. Do not quit your job for any reality show. If it's meant to be, you will not have to quit your income, because I'd rather you just let them fire you and you just stop showing up for work and be like, okay, they'll call it job abandonment. I'd rather them to do that than you like quit your job. Like, but she's 26 and I remember being 26 and way dumber than her. So it is what it is. Basically Hannah has 2 connections. She has Nick's Dorcas, which we find out later because he has a Cuban and American tattoo, so it's Dorcas. I thought it was Dorcas because that's not a good last name that I would be able to give up if I was getting married. Clara Dorcas, like, you know, like, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, he's like a smooth talker. He definitely gives immature vibes, but he's a sweetheart. And then he says he looks like Henry Cavill, and the level of confidence to say that with your entire chest, we got to give him points for that. Nowhere close. He looks like Buddy from the Seth Rogen movies, Jay Durachel. Ooh, can't even say his name. I'm just gonna post a picture, but he looks like him. Let's keep it a buck. He does. And then I have on here, her other connection is Leo. Leo is who I was thinking about. So Leo is an art dealer who wears a Rolex, who has plenty of money, and he wants you to know that he has plenty of money. And like they're from the makers of Ice Spice. The level of like at one point I wanted to press charges. Like, I wanted to see if we can get that word banned. But his favorite word is like, and his favorite word is telling people, his favorite thing is telling people that he has money, but don't judge him for it. So she has a connection to him, inheritance. And then Leo has a connection to Brittany. Brittany is 32. Leo is 30 years old. And he's 30 years old in, I guess, Earth years. But Brittany is 32. She likes to chase fun. She likes the temporary high. She wears red bottoms, but she doesn't want you to think that she's a gold digger, which, like I said, I don't judge her, which I love red bottoms in theory. They're the worst shoes to walk in, by the way. But she used to always chase people with status, and now she's ready to settle down, but not really. And then we have the only couple that I seen that stuck out to me was Garrett and Taylor. They're not boyfriend, girlfriend yet, but Garrett is a neurophysicist or something. Either way, he has one of the laws written on one of the physics laws written on his arm as a tattoo. And then Taylor is something smart as well. I don't know what I think I have on here a policy approver or whatever, but so their issues, like every couple has a pre-issue. Their issue is basically that Taylor, first of all, aka Taylor, aka Olivia Munn, is breathtakingly beautiful, and her issue is that she doesn't want people to know that she's part Asian or by way of China, Hong Kong, but she doesn't want people to know. And then Garrett's over analytical, so that's like their little thing. Every couple has to have something, have some type of storyline. Basically, they're so smart that they're dumb. Like relax. But like I said, I can get it because there is a big sometimes Asian preference in men because they have certain stereotypes they want to uphold them to. And then we have Tim, who is 32, and he's a player who's ready to settle down. And Tim is with Alex, I believe. And Alex is such a sweetheart. That's pretty much our recap of the episode. I did it pretty fast, but what stuck out to me was the fact that how come they just don't come in their pajamas? Like, I understand, like, if you look good, you feel good. And I'm just like, no, we're filming for hours. Like, from what I've seen in the comments and the people who worked on the show, and also people who worked on the show and people who I've said before, like, they're filming all day. Like, it'll be 2:00 in the morning, like, hey, we're still filming for this. So I don't know. I still have that question about like why be dressed up? Like, I'm not gonna come dressed. I'm gonna be in my bonnet. Like, I'm gonna be relaxed, talking to you about myself, so I can really feel comfortable, really getting to know a person. But I guess since it's gonna be a national TV, people think, okay, there has to be someone telling them you need to dress up because this might be your make or break. Because when Miss EpiPen, Jessica from the last season, came through, like that outfit sold out wherever I think she got it from Shein or whatever it was at, is sold out. So I get it. But that's pretty much like my recap for episode 1. Episode 2, I have this as Evil Eye. Everyone knows who's dating who. There's something that I have to ask, okay? And that question is, do y'all not read the contract? I mean, do I need to write it up? Like, do y'all not read the contract? Because there were so many times throughout, and I'll get into the episode recap, like there were so many times throughout the episode that I felt like, why are we hinting towards anything? That's like if I sat there and said, ooh, my race starts with an A and ends with a N. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, African. It's just like, if I said that, like, oh, okay, she's Armenian. Like, come on now. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know, but that kind of threw me off. Okay. All right, so we get into this with Leo, and Leo is slowly starting to give me the vibe that not only is he here for nefarious reasons, but I would like for him to visit a therapist. This is exactly why I don't use my psych degree to this day, besides do videos on here and I'm in accounting, because I don't visit that therapist chair. Anyway, so basically Leo likes Brittany, but he feels like she might be a gold digger. And then with Hannah, he feels like she's his twin flame. And Hannah also still likes Nick Dorcas, but the thing about it is that she talks sexual with Leo, like, oh, I want to hug you, I want to cuddle you, but then with Dorcas, when she talks about that with him, she feels like, oh, it's too fast, which tells me that everybody is a child here. We should not be talking about the sexual aspect until we get to that point where we're comfortable. So I feel like that was already a red flag that she really was feeling Leo, but he was playing games. Okay, so we have Garrett and Olivia Munn, where he asks her to be his girlfriend and she makes him work for it. Like, we love Taylor. Like, she is amazing. Like, she is not letting him up. So he gave her like a piece of paper to do my girlfriend, yes or no. Like, it was really cute. Like, I really liked them together. The only thing that they did have was a issue was Olivia, sorry, I know that's not her name. Taylor wants to have kids in 5 to 7 years. I believe they're both, I have on here, Taylor's 29 and Garrett's 32. Garrett trying to have Garrett Jr. next year. Okay, pretty much, but she said 5 to 7 years. So I'm seeing this trend with women who are highly educated. Not saying people who have babies are dumb, but women who are highly educated, they want to have babies later in life because they have a lot of stuff they want to do and they want to fully throw themselves into it, you know. So her wanting to have her first kid at 36, to me, this makes sense to me. But she basically wants to have their kid together eventually in the future, so they're going to compromise on like that hard sell of like 5 to 7 years. He wants sooner, and then they pretty much both asked, am I going to be attractive to you, basically trying to hint. And you know, there's like the edit made it seem like Taylor was coming off coy, like, oh, am I going to be attractive to you? She's not trying to be coy. It's just the fact that like you're not supposed to be asking a question. It should say, do not ask anything pertaining. This is not Guess Who. I need to have that like the next season, which they need to come to Miami. It'll be very entertaining. 305 all the way live. But I really feel like they really need to press on that, and you will be disqualified. Like there needs to be some level, because you should go in there literally blind, like not no like assistant, like like love is blurry, like no, like us, like full on blind. You don't know what this person like. This person could look like green. They could have did Love is Blind aliens, and you don't even know. Intergalactic dating. Like you shouldn't just fall in love with the person. Like I don't like the hints. Anyway, so we have on here, so introduce Marissa. Marissa has 2 connections. Bowden. I have Bowden's camel toe. Okay, there's a camel story where a camel almost crushed him. Please watch the episode. The story is entertaining. But Marissa and then Ramses, I'm assuming he's Latino. He keeps entering the room saying mi amor, and the Spanish is on point. So I'm assuming he's Latino or Spanish speaking. He has a unique look. Someone said he looks like Prince, and I can kind of see that. He gives off very metro, and people were questioning. He says that people often question like whether or not he's straight or not, which I think is very unfair and also very inhumane. Like let these people do whatever they want to do. But Ramsey gives to me, I'll give my review on each couple at the end, but Ramsey gives nefarious to me. But Bowden and Ramsey have both been married before, so Marissa going in would be their second wife. Marissa's she's such a bubbly, like I want to put her in my pocket. Like she's so adorable. She's like, hi, my name's Marissa. Just very cute, very bubbly. Like one of those people, like they still like no one ever messed their spirit up. You know, I like people like that. So now we're getting in with Alex and Tim. Tim's sister unfortunately passed away. You know, like everybody has like a candid moment throughout their life. Like I can tell that Tim, like he was on his player rules, but I feel like Tim's truly ready to settle down. He's opening up to her, saying, you know, hopefully one day I'll be able to give you one more daughter, which, like I said, I love when men are emotionally sound and open, but I'm also weary of when they move too fast, because I don't like it when it feels like you're just kind of dropping. Like I said, this is an edit. We were not in the cutting room, you know, but I'm always nervous about that, because it always gives very much, you're trying to force a connection. It's not natural. Okay. And then Garrett and Taylor meet. It was first impressions, like, so I was like, get a room. You can tell they didn't expect the other person to look like that, but once they connected it to the voice, I can sense, like, just from first impression, literally chef's kiss, get a room. But anyways, so we're talking about Steve and Monica. Monica is Honduras, and then Steve, he said he is I have on here, good afternoon, my octoroon. if you haven't watched the Key and Peele sketch, but he basically is an eighth of black, which I'm just like, when I saw him, I was like, that is a light-skinned black man. Like, he looks like Tobias from Black Lightning. I know he's albino, but like he has the same features, the same build. So like I was like, you didn't know you were black? We knew you were black. I was like, oh, that's a black man. Okay. Anyways, but Honduras. So basically Honduras, she looked like a model. She's got the really high cheekbones, slim figure. She's very tall, like just gives model, but I can see why she's single, and I'll tell more about that later on. And so Steven admits, this is one of the highest viewed videos on the Love is Blind page. Steven admits that he cheated in the past, because he didn't really explain why. He just said how he did it, which I'm just like, you're making it worse. Sometimes we gotta everybody on mute. Sometimes we gotta do that, because I don't know why he told them. I have on here too that, like, basically she wants someone that can make her think, and that's pretty much how episode 2 go for Monica. She wants somebody to make her think. So we're on to episode. So we're back to Garrett and Taylor. I put on here a tall couple. tall babies, gorgeous babies. So he's six. He said this is I have on here. This is the first man on earth to undersell his height, because he says, "Oh, I'm 5." He said, I think he said he was 6 feet. I was like, absolutely not. As someone who's 5'10", if we can wear heels and we can look up, you are not 6 feet. You are 6'3". Congratulations. Every woman wants you. Okay, even the shorties. Yes, they do. Down there, the 5'3" women love themselves to 6'3". But they had natural chemistry. Once again, just great kids. I just don't want kids to make or break the relationship, because like I said, like she wants to wait, which I understand, because me myself, like I want to wait until I'm 33 now. Like I want to wait probably 30, more towards the mid 30s, like late 30s, to have my first kid, because like I said, like I have stuff I want to do first, you know. All right, so next person we have Marissa. So back to Marissa again with you have Bowden, then we have Ramses. She's a law clerk, both previously married. And so Marissa asked Ramses a question. It's like, hey, you know, with me being a law clerk, I'm eventually going to be an attorney one day. How would you feel about being a stay-at-home dad? And he's just giving her everything he wants, which makes he's a horrible problem. He's going to be a horrible partner. Like, you need to be able to say, actually, I don't know if I feel comfortable. Because like I said, like, but I myself, I've babysat like almost to 2 weeks to when a baby was freshly born. Like I babysat then. I'm telling you, everybody says they're ready to be a parent. I promise you, it ain't for the weak. Like, shout out to parents everywhere. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the breeders. Like, I really respect y'all, because there's a certain level that you have to have, a certain level of patience, certain level of money you have to maintain. Because like right now, after I'm done filming, I'm going to lay down and relax and probably go to sleep for dinner. You know, when you have a kid, like you have to sit there and make a whole meal. Like they will call people for you. Okay. So basically, Ramsey said he's be good at being a stay-at-home dad, which I say false. He gives me very much free spirit. All right, so I have Tim and Alex. Tim and Alex are still talking, but every time Tim, like, no offense, but he keeps bringing up his, you know, sister who passed away. You know, like Alex I think they both were just like, okay, let's have some fun, which I like, because like it's one thing to open up all the time, but like you just can't have it where like, oh, I just got done talking to my partner. Like, you don't want it to be where like it's just always serious like that. So I like that. I have on here Tyler and Ashley A. Tyler ends up proposing to Ashley A. He feels safe with her. He feels safe with her. I feel like they're a good couple. So they get engaged and they meet each other. I like how they're moving these engagements along. Like I like how they're giving us more pod talk, but I was like moving along. So basically they meet, and like I said, like I'm the queen of reading body language and reading micro expressions. I feel like they're both content with each other, but I did notice that Ashley had her arms crossed, and I feel like she likes him, but I wouldn't sit there and say, oh my God, you're the, like, you know, it didn't give that, you know. All right, so I have on here, prenup, everybody, everywhere. So Leo is basically saying, Hannah, if we were to get married, would you be comfortable with signing a prenup? Because I have so much money now, wear a Rolex watch. Like. So there's been some talk in the pods. There's been some talk in the pods about the fact that Hannah, basically the men are gossiping, and they were basically saying how Hannah was talking to a guy and he's like, oh, I'm 5'6", and she eliminated him off rip. She's like, oh, that's not gonna work. And Hannah being 5'9", like I said, as someone who's 5'10", I get it. You know, talking to a shorter man, like honestly, they love us. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if they're trying to write their genetics or something, but short men love Amazons, like almost creepily. Like, you know, almost creepy. It's almost scary. But I feel like you shouldn't, me personally, I feel like you shouldn't let something as trivial as height stop that. Especially 5'7", 5'6". Like 5'10", the shortest I've dated a guy who was 5'6" before, 5'6.5", because it was Tuesday. And he treated me like a queen, but then he got crazy. So, you know, it is what it is. But I feel like you shouldn't let that stop you if you're really connected with the person. I have on here too that they were saying how like Hannah was saying how like, oh, she lost 40 pounds during COVID pandemic. She was saying how she lost 40, 50 pounds. And I was like, you're kind of telling people your size in a way, because if I sit there and say, hey guys, I lost 50 pounds, yeah, I need to call the hospital because I'm 150. I should not be losing 50 pounds. Okay, Claire should not be losing 50 pounds. Okay, I should not be losing 50 pounds. If I sit there and say I lost 50 pounds, like you're kind of telling a person how much you weigh by saying that. I have on here Nikki Dorcas, character development. I feel like they're starting to show us more of his serious side. And honestly, after getting to know him these last 3 episodes and what they edited, I feel like he was misrepresented. Like there's something very charming about him, and I feel like there's something very charming about how he speaks and how he carries himself. Like you can tell he's starting to really feel Hannah and he's starting to like really fall head over heels, and it's like it surprised him almost. Like I felt like it's like him falling in love kind of surprised him as well, which makes it very pure. I have on here that Brittany says she likes to seduce people with her eyes. And I'm just like, what are we doing on the show? Like, I don't know who writes the script. But he feels like he basically feels as though basically Brittany is getting stressed because she's not used to being in competition. Like she doesn't like the fact that there's another person, and then Hannah is pretty much trying to break it off with Leo because she's like, okay, and Dorcas is all for me, and then he starts yelling. And me personally, I would have pressed charges because I'm a princess. You're not gonna yell at me, but he starts yelling and saying, oh my God, so what if I were to get you, what if we were to get married today, and what would you do? And if I said I loved you right now, like I would have told you to make you feel more secure. Oh my God. And he's like panicking here and there. And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell y'all, but I've met Aaliyah before and I've never taken the man like that serious. Okay. All right. So we're going to go. And we're going to do a quick review of each couple. Let's start it off. Let's start it off. Okay. So we're going to go with Olivia Munn and Garrett. I think their success of them saying yes to the altar, I think it's going to be yes. I feel like Garrett is going to be over analytical, but it depends on how important, I would say it depends on how important having a child is for him. Because like I said, some men sit there and say, I want to have a kid. And then once they realize that y'all can't go to the mall anymore, okay, that they don't have time for them to go to the mall by themselves anymore as well, then all of a sudden, I don't know if I want to have a kid anymore. The kid's already here. Okay, there's no return. So I think they'll be okay. I just feel like the kid thing might be an issue because, like I said, like the funny thing about men is just that once they're ready to settle down, they're ready to settle down. But women, like, give us a minute, okay? Because we're going to be the predominant parent anyways. That's them. Okay, next couple, Ashley A. and Tyler. I like them as a couple. I feel like it's one of the more realistic couples. Like I feel like they weren't like, oh my God, I love you and you love me, we are a happy family. Yeah, Barney Copyright gonna come for me today. I already sung it at the beginning, but I feel like there wasn't anything to like. I feel like I want to say they're a boring couple, but I feel like I didn't sense this heat. I didn't sense the spark from them, so I don't know. The next couple I have on here is Tim and Alex. I'm just scared that he shared too much too fast. Like with how they're going, like with him saying like, oh, I'm going to be able to give my family another daughter because I was like, ooh, that's a lot of pressure. Like you got to understand, like not everybody, you don't know Alex yet. Like you know her in the pods, you know her that, but like in all actuality, you do not know her. So I feel like you're putting this pressure on yourself, and then like when your family meets this person, it's gonna be like, okay, so you're trying to replace your female like energy of that level from your sister that's not, unfortunately, not here with us anymore. And I'm just scared for that way. Alex, I don't know anything about her, but to me, I feel like she cries, and every time there's an edit, she's always crying. And I'm just like, oh my God, like she's going through some things, but I don't know. It's just always nerve-wracking when someone just dumps all of that on you and it's very heavy with no consent. The next couple that I have on here is Monica and Steven. Oh, good afternoon, my afternoon. So with Monica and him, like I feel like she might not be attracted to him because I think he's well put together, okay? But he wouldn't be my type, if that makes any sense. But you're not supposed to be married to your type anyways. But like, just from how he carries himself, like, he wouldn't be my type. But I feel like Monica, I don't know, we'll have to see when they meet each other, and I'll come back with that review. But like, we'll have to see when they meet each other. But like, I think they'll be okay. But I really feel like, I don't like the fact that he hinted towards the fact of that, you know, good afternoon, my afternoon. Like, he's like, he might be part, like, I didn't like that. But also too, I feel like I'm always nervous. And like I said, this is pretty privilege. This is just pretty privilege. Acting as it does. I'm always nervous when I see someone, no offense to anybody, but I'm always nervous when I see someone who is as stunning as Monica and she's not married yet. And before y'all sit there and come to me and say, see, you're part of the problem. No, it always makes me nervous because someone like that would have been snatched up. I promise you. Okay? Because I don't know. Something about that always makes me nervous. It always makes me nervous to say that she might be looking for perfection. Because most of the times when I see a woman who's that breathtakingly beautiful and she says she don't got no man, or she said, that she can't find somebody, I always think like, well, let's see the list of standards. Okay. I'm always nervous about that. I have on here too, the Leo, Hannah, Brittany, Dorcas, the love square or triangle, whatever. It's very, very dry and slow. Like the real love triangle to me, the real love triangle to me was, I don't know. There was a season where the triangle was spicy. This one's like the slowest triangle I've ever seen. Like, this is like a trapezoid. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I think that Hannah needs to grow up and go home and get her job back. That's what I think. I think Hannah needs to go back and get her job back. Little mama, why you quit? What in the world? I think she needs to go back and get her job back. I think Dorcas, I feel like he needs to grow up. He needs to be off the show. Leo, I've called the police. Just playing. But I do know a couple of therapists. Leo needs therapy immediately. Brittany, I feel like Brittany knows who she needs to call. Like, I feel like someone like Brittany is not single, okay? The red bottoms gave it away. How she dresses and how she carries herself definitely gives to me very much she's being well taken care of, because she says she's an esthetician. And yes, estheticians make money, but from what I've seen with her makeup, you're telling me you're making money from that. I can tell if someone has skill or not, and it's giving very much she's being taken care of. All right, and you know who you need to call. Okay, he's in your phone. You know him. You know who you need to call, so you can stop playing, because someone like that is being taken care of. And if you're okay with being taken care of and not having to have the pressure of being a wife, that's perfectly fine. But I don't think she should be here on the show. Just me personally. Just that whole trapezoid. Throw that polygon out. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Oh, Marissa, Ramsey, and Bowden. I feel like Bowden is ready to settle down, but I feel like because he's an introvert, I feel like Marissa might go for Ramsey's. Who knows? This is my projection, but I personally feel like we have to stop looking for a partner that's gonna impress other people. Okay. I feel like Marissa should be with Bowden, but she might end up going with Ramsey because he's more out there, you know. And also, just my final thoughts for part 1 of the 6 episodes. My final thoughts about Love is Blind is there someone bringing in food? Also, how come y'all don't be eating the food? Like, there's a level of waste there that irritates me. Like, they'll sit there, they'll be crying. Cause I can imagine me on Love is Blind. I can imagine me on there. Oh my God, no cheese, please. Can you add the rosé to the wine? Thank you. Is that a butter sauce? Damn. Like, I would eat it. I would eat all of it. Like, I don't know why we're not eating the meals. Like, I remember, I think one of the episodes, like, they had like a full like pasta and garlic bread in the background. They didn't eat it. I was like, what is going on? Got a blast. Like, what are you doing? Like, it used to piss me off, but that was my little take from it. But I'm thoroughly entertained. This is definitely keeping us Floridians definitely entertained during this time. So thank you, God. Thank you, Love is Blind, for keeping us Floridians. Definitely pray for us as Hurricane Milton makes his way. Hopefully, trajectory just is just a cone, and the cone gets thrown away, and we can enjoy the Halloween season that's about to start soon. So don't forget to subscribe, share, stay safe. It's Claire Haire.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on their fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is